Today in GardenFork, lasagna gardening in a raised bed. Watch it here. Hey everyone, welcome to GardenFork. Today, lasagna gardening. You've probably heard a lot about this kind of layered compost method to make really healthy garden soil. We're going to show you how to do it here today. We're in urban Brooklyn, New York, Brian's backyard. We've been here before. We built a rainwater collection system, and we also built these raised beds, and we have videos about that. Links are in the show notes right below here for that. But we're finishing off right now, but we made a whole video about how to lasagna garden. Ready? Here we go. So we have some scrap cardboard. We're going to remove like packing tape and stuff like that off of it, and then lay it in the bottom here.
So we do this so weeds don't come up, at least initially. Kind of a weed barrier, but it's gonna, we want it to decay, and we want it to turn to soil.
We have the cardboard in. Now we're going to lay in some straw that we got.
Should be 4 inches of straw. And what you're doing, I believe, is you're going to create a layer for, it's really a dry layer and for aeration. What's really important is that it doesn't become, what's the term? Anaerobic. You want it to always breathe so it decays and turns to soil. It doesn't rot.
So for every layer, we now wet this down. All right, so now we're going to add in some organic fertilizer on top of the hay here.
Right.
I don't know if you can see in the camera here, but there's definitely some nice steam coming off this pile. That's great. This is going to go into our lasagna garden then. Compost on top of our straw layer, which we wetted down. So this is some produce that we went to the local market and they were throwing out and they gave to us. Some of it we set aside to eat, and the rest we're going to put in our lasagna gardening. But you can go to your market and ask for this stuff. This is some finished compost that we bought at the garden store.
After every layer, water. So after you have your green and compost, then you want to put another brown, dry. And here we have leaves collected from the park.
Layer of brown leaves. Neighbors were throwing these out, so you know what we did.
Wow, it's hot. It's steamy in there. But it does need to be mixed. Definitely.
More compost from the little composter. Look at that steam coming off. Just a light dressing, a scattering,
A pinch.
This is some bagged compost that we got at the garden store. This looks great. I think it's going to be very cool. This could also be cut grass from your lawn. Just lay this in. And then again with the water. Aged manure, not fresh manure, but aged manure. Maybe your neighbor has this, or you can get it at the store. This is going to be a great bed. This is going to be really great.
Okay.
Yeah. More of our backyard compost, which is really well done, by the way, Brian. You've done a good job. It's got a nice heat to it. And then we'll wet this down again. All right, now a layer of soil.
Now this, you only need a layer of soil if you're going to plant seedlings into it. If you weren't going to, if you wanted to just let it do this in the fall and let it sit, you'd have amazing compost in the spring. But because we want to plant now in the spring, you need some good old soil to go into.
If you were going to do this lasagna garden in the fall, you didn't necessarily have to put the dirt back on. You could just let it break down over the winter and then plant right on top of it.